In August 1945, a Japanese naval warship called Mitsubishi A6M0 suddenly disappeared. A6M0 was passing through the North China Sea in the south of Tokyo. It had radio contact, and the last few words spoken by its commander gave rise to more questions than answers. He said that the sky is becoming strange. The colors of the sky are becoming strange. The sky is opening. And as soon as he said this, their contact with Japan ended. This ship was never found again. Such incidents continued in this area, and then in January 1955, another ship named Shinyo Maru No. 10 also disappeared. Its radio contact was completely lost, and this ship was also considered to have completely disappeared. Japanese newspapers name this area as such a triangle where ships keep disappearing. But surprisingly, on January 15, 1955, this ship was found again. Despite the fact that Shinyo Maru No. 10 was found, the Japanese newspapers still kept this news. The most important report stated that from 1945 to 1955, about 9 warships and several fishing boats, along with hundreds of crew members, disappeared in this area. None of the ships were found, no accidents were reported, and no oil was seen floating on the water. Japanese newspapers called this area Mea no Umi. In Japanese, Mea no Umi means an area where unimaginable things happen, where things disappear without a trace. Additionally, the Yokohama Coast Guard specifically marked this area as one to avoid. They all said that you have to officially avoid this area. In the same year, 1955, the New York Times reported, in which the entire area was called Devil's Sea. Of the 9 ships that disappeared in the Devil's Sea or Devil's Triangle, 2 did not actually vanish within the specific area marked by Japanese newspapers. Even after 1955, numerous fishing boats continued to disappear in this area. Just like the Bermuda Triangle, Devil's Triangle was also about to become a part of popular culture. In 1974, there was an American paranormal writer named Charles Berlitz. He wrote a book called The Bermuda Triangle. Of course, the Bermuda Triangle was mentioned in it, but it also mentioned the Devil's Sea or Devil's Triangle. There was mention of those 9 ships that were lost here, but Charles Berlitz also said another great thing. He said that in 1955, the Japanese government sent a ship called Kaiju Maru to investigate these mysterious activities. However, the Kaiju Maru itself vanished and was never found again. This incident helped popularize the Devil's Sea, much like the Bermuda Triangle. In 1989, Berlitz wrote another book, The Dragon's Triangle, renaming the Devil's Sea as the Dragon's Triangle. In 1975, American writer Larry Kusher began researching the truth behind the Devil's Triangle. He published a book on his findings regarding the Bermuda Triangle, titled The Bermuda Triangle Mystery Solved. He debunked that there are as many ships disappeared here as there are in any other part of the world. But at the same time, he also tried to solve the mystery of the Devil's Triangle. He challenged many of Charles Berlitz's claims in his book. He wrote letters to many government agencies to find out what the limits of the Devil's Triangle are. At the same time, he wanted to know how much truth is in the ships that Charles Berlitz mentioned in his book. And the third thing he wanted to know was that the area declared by Yokohama, which was called a particularly dangerous area, what were its limits and where was it? The facts revealed were quite different from Berlitz's claims. Contrary to Berlitz's assertion that the Kaiju Maru was sent in 1955 to investigate paranormal activities, the ship was actually dispatched in 1952 to investigate an underwater volcano. Unfortunately, the volcano erupted, leading to the loss of the Kaiju Maru. Secondly, when he asked the Japanese government to tell us what the limits of the Devil's Sea and Devil's Triangle are, they clearly denied that there is neither the Devil's Sea nor the Devil's Triangle. His third question was that the area that you have declared a particularly dangerous area and the ships are not allowed to go there, what are its limits? So when his limits came in front of him, it was completely different. It was only an area of 10 miles deemed dangerous due to numerous underwater rocks causing ships to collide and sink. In 1995, he published the second part of his research on the 9 warships mentioned earlier. According to the Japanese government, none of these were warships. They were all fishing vessels. It was also claimed that the sea was completely peaceful, but that was not accurate. The sea was often bad when these fishing boats disappeared. A lot of things kept coming in mentioning the Devil's Triangle. There was a book in 1974, Curses, Hexes, and Spells. Tomb Raider, a very popular game, has the Devil's Sea in it. You have a lot of video games in which the whole area of the Devil's Sea in Japan is shown, but the fact is that there was nothing strange there. Besides the weather, methane gas also comes out of the ground here. When methane emerges, it's in the form of ice. At around 18 degrees Celsius, it can catch fire and cause explosions. It can also damage the ship's ability to stay watertight, possibly causing it to sink. So anyway, this is one of the many reasons. You may then wonder why the ship sank in the Bermuda Triangle? Or why did the ship sink in the Devil's Sea? So they don't just sink here, ships can sink anywhere in the world, much like car accidents happen on roads. The risks at sea are greater, often leading to complete loss of ships and crews. But there is nothing inherently special about the Bermuda Triangle or the Devil's Sea compared to other seas.